So here's my project idea. I'm going to try and do a proof of concept home that can be built to where it's affordable for someone who's making between $38,000 and $40,000 a year. The idea is that a single earner should be able to own and keep their home at, the $40,000 range, because that's a huge chunk of the population. The home would have to be stick built, because what I want is for someone to be able to have a new home that they can afford, that they can actually invest in over time and kind of have the home grow with their family. So the concept is that, we build a phase one home that's like, maybe 800 square feet. And we place it on the lot so that the setbacks would allow for a phase two that gets them a 1,600 square foot home. I'm working with an architect who's going to create plans that start with phase two, and then they provide a phase one version. So somebody could build a home knowing what it's going to look like, when their kids are getting into high school. And the reason this is attractive to me is it seems like everybody's lined up to exploit people who have the least resources. Now, I'm not talking about just, home developers in general or anything like that, because there's a market for higher priced homes that have a huge margin, or a really good margin. And the people that are serving that market are trying to build their own businesses and create a life for themselves and all that. And I totally respect that. But they're not going to build these homes. These homes need to be built by someone who believes that there are hardworking people who just need a little bit of a hand as far as getting started, and who's already gone through the build a business, make some money, all that stuff. And they're not trying to create a life for their families right now. That's the idea. How would these homes get built? I'm working with a guy who's a general contractor who he has the right spirit. He wants to do something good. And he's down to try it. And, he says on paper, with the right build plan, it's theoretically possible, but extremely challenging. So how would people get paid to build the home? The idea that I have right now is that I don't want anyone to get exploited in the process. So the trades would need to be compensated fairly. The employees of this company would need to be compensated fairly. But also the primary goal of the company needs to be for beneficial good, so that the company doesn't lose its way and start falling into the trap of more. In our case, the first goal is to serve the community. Second goal is to provide a living wage to the employees. And the third goal is to retain some profit if at all possible. But the profits would be capped at 5%. And the objective of the company would be each year, instead of growing profits or growing sales, each year would be to try and find a way to build the homes more affordably or provide more home for the same dollar value. I'll show you an example plan. It's a very simple plan, and what I've tried to do is make the home as simple as possible for the trades so that they can do it extremely affordably, but they can still make a good profit and pay their people well and all that. And same thing goes for the general contractor, etc. So, for example, one of the things I did was I tried to put all of the plumbing stuff on a shared wall, and that way they're not trying to run plumbing all over the property. And hopefully they get a guy in there and out really quickly, make good money, but make the home affordable. I'm looking for tips like that from the trades. So, what can you do to make the HVAC really affordable, but still allow the HVAC, company to come in and make a little money? How can you make the electric more affordable, but allow them to make money, etc.? Anything that if you're in the trades, if you're an electrician, a plumber, an HVAC professional, any tips you have for me on how a home can be designed to get the trades in and out as quickly as possible, I would love to hear them. Other thing is the home is designed to be highly efficient. So we're going to use industry standards to define the efficiency of the home, because we want whoever buys this home to actually be able to afford to keep it. And I have some kind of ambitious goals for like blower door stats and R values and things like that, because sort of my dream would be that you could have a single earner making less than $45,000 a year be able to use 30 to 35% of their income all in on their housing. That means the house, the utilities, and yes, internet is a utility, insurance, taxes, etc. And that way they're not just grinding away trying to just barely, house themselves. It is a lot, but that's what makes projects like this fun. I used to have this saying I used at work all the time. I'd say, when you complicate a problem to the point of near impossibility, creative solutions will appear. Meaning that if you just jump off at the first easy solution, it's not really an elegant solution. So you need to create these pressure points surrounding the problem to where there's only one way out. And that one way is almost always elegant. So I believe that if we complicate this problem to the point of near impossibility, an elegant solution will appear. But we'll see. It's going to be a one-off. I'm just going to try it. And if I can even get past the proof of concept, we're going to build one. And if it works out like we hope, maybe we can build others. But I'm not making any money on this. This isn't about me doing version 2 of my business life. All I'm doing is going to help bootstrap it a little bit and just kind of be the check and balance side of this has to be a good home for somebody. It has to be something somebody would invest in. They'd be able to keep their kids in school as the home grows with them. They don't have to go look for another home in another neighborhood and all that. So that's kind of my point, is to sort of maintain the vision and to be ignorant enough to believe that it's feasible until the world absolutely beats into me that it isn't. And so we'll see how it goes. If you're in the trades, I could really, really use your input. If you know someone in the trades, point them my way. I really need to know what are the really important factors in designing a home that can be built affordably. Thanks.